Yeah, so Cincinnati was my first meeting. That went really well. Very knowledgeable, really good meeting. But I think my biggest thing is just being versatile, being able to move around, being able to line up inside, outside, in the box, being able to understand the defense and communicate. I think that's my biggest strength.
Basically, every mock draft has you going 13-2
hmm
Have you had any meetings with Miami yet? And what would your thoughts be on possibly living in South Beach?
Yeah, I met with Miami yesterday. Great meeting, great coaching staff. And really, I haven't really been paying attention to any of the mock drafts. I've just been kind of here putting in work and the rest of fall where it may.
Have you met with the Panthers?
Yes, sir.
How did that meeting go? What do you think about playing in Carolina?
It went really good. I'll be lucky to play anywhere, so I just want to play anywhere.
How do you think you can help a team who's struggling like they are on defense?
Yeah, I think I could just come in and bring that juice, be able to move around, be a chess piece, so to speak, so you can move me around, and I think I can add value.
Everyone says
Yes, sir. I just want to compete. I'm here to compete. There's a bunch of great guys here, a bunch of talented guys, and I just want to go out there and compete with them.
everyone talks about being that chess piece. Is versatility a key part in this? Being able to kind of go wherever you want to go, rather than just kind of be stuck in one spot, just be good at one thing.
I think it helps. It creates value not for yourself, but also just for the defense. I think when you're able to plug yourself in different situations, you can bring other people in to play as well, and I think that's a huge part.
Malaki, we're seeing in recruiting now, seeing some dudes want to go two-way like Travis Hunter. You would have been a candidate for that with your high school career. When you think back, would you have ever wanted to be a two-way player at the college level? Do you think you see a lot more guys trying to do what Travis did?
It would have been fun. My college worked out well for me, so I'm not complaining. But it definitely would have been fun for sure.
What do you think about what Travis Hunter did? I mean, did you keep an eye on that? He's another Georgia
Yeah.
star like you.
I think it's great, talk about value, a guy that can play both sides of the ball at a high level, I think that's huge. So that's great for him and his career.
Malaki, you met with the Jaguars yet? Just what would it be like playing Trayvon Ball here in high school?
Yeah, Georgia, the history they have, that's a really big reason why I chose to come. Guys like them who set the standard before I came. And I haven't met with the Jaguars yet, but I'll be grateful to get an opportunity.
What do you remember about playing with Tyke?
Yeah, just his mind. Taki's one of the smartest people I've ever played with. Just kind of learning under him and the things that he taught me and just the way he went about his business. He's really a pro.
Malaki, can I get your top five safeties in the NFL in order?
Top five. I'm going to go Kyle Hamilton, Brian Branch, Buda Baker, Xavier McKinney. I'm going to throw Javon Bullitt in there.
You mentioned Kyle Hamilton. You've been linked to the Ravens a lot. What do you think about the possibility of potentially being teamed up with Kyle Hamilton?
Yeah, just the way he moves. I watch a lot of his tape because I want to play like him. I want to see how I can put it into my playing style. He's able to move around, be in the box, go cover, be in the middle of the field. So just the kind of versatility that he has, I'm trying to put that in my game as well.
The guy who played in Kirby Smart's defense, and everybody talk about how tough it is. He did it for 3 straight years.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the valuable lessons you learned from playing for him, shooting and landing all those guys.
Yeah, just tough. We talk about toughness, resiliency, composure, connection. I think that's huge. I think that's the first thing when I learned when I got to Georgia is how to be tough, how to go about my business, how to be a pro. And, when I got there, guys like Chris Smith, guys like Dan Jackson really took me under their wing and just being able to learn the system and kind of, as my years went on, be that guy that they were to me. I think that was huge.
Kirby praised you all the time. I don't want to say you were teacher's pet, but Kirby was young. Did he hit you up on the hot mic behind the scenes? And what would he say to you? What was your call out?
Yeah, he very intense. He played the spot, so that's kind of like his baby. He was in every meeting. I'm not gonna say some of the things that he said, but no, he was very intense for sure.
Even on you.
Yes, sir.
For your Malaki teams, what are the biggest question marks they've had?
Sorry, one more time.
In all your meetings with teams, what are kind of the most common question marks they've got?
Just where I could be, where I could line up. I think that speaks to my versatility. Some guys ask me to line up outside. Some guys want me at nickel. They want me at safety. So it's just where I'll fit in their scheme.
Do you have a preference?
I'll play anywhere.
Malaki, how was it playing more nickel this year in comparison to last year?
Yeah, I think it just really helped. I think I'm really comfortable in the slot, just having that experience. And I think just being able to learn the defense. When I'm at the slot, I know what my safeties are doing. I know what my corners are doing. So I'm just able to play with the defense, but also play with my leverage as well.
Reach out to any guys in the league, your former teammates, and what advice do they give you about this week?
Yeah, really just be myself, get my rest and be myself, and the rest will take care of itself. I was on the phone with Javon Bullard, Tyke Smith, and Kamari Lassiter, and they were just saying, just go be you, and the rest will take care of itself.
Malaki, do you feel there's any maybe underappreciation of, say, these two of the three? And would you like the guys who maybe develop, continue to facilitate change?
Yeah, I think people don't look at them all the time how they should, maybe. It's an awesome position. It really is. I think it's the best position you can play, DB in general. You just get to go out there and compete, and I just love it. So I think I want to bring some light to it for sure.
Have you met with the Buccaneers before?
Yes, sir.
Was that formal or informal?
Formal.
How'd that meeting go with Todd Bowles, and what would it be like playing that team?
Yeah, it went really well. And just, Taki being one of my good friends, it'd be great to go team up with him. But like I said earlier, I'll be blessed to play anywhere.
The guy who's from the state of Georgia, what would it mean to get drafted by the hometown team?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I get to stay home. But, I watched them growing up, and, they got great history there. So just being able to, I just want to get my foot in the door anywhere. Sorry, one more time? No, sir.
Malaki, what about the Las Vegas Raiders? They have Chris Smith and Brock Bowers there.
Yeah, I met with them. Awesome coaching staff. I mean, the history they have there too as well. I mean, it's crazy. And like I said earlier, Chris was kind of my mentor coming in. So I learned a lot from him. And then, just going against Brock every day. Brock is Brock. There's not too much to say there. So it'd be great for sure.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that. Kirby tells the story about how he pissed Brock off by blanketing him. Look at this little freshman coverage, Brock. Do you remember that day, and how much better did it make you to work against Brock Bowers?
Yeah, I think coming in as a freshman, they just came off the natty. I'm trying to find, where I fit, I come in, I'm trying to take a spot. I start at money linebacker in the down package. That's my first starting job, and I think the big reason why I got on the field is during camp, I beat him more than he beat me. He was the best tight end in the country, so they figured if I could cover him, I could cover anybody. And I think just going against him, just getting those reps, he's such a great player. The things he do is crazy. So just being able to compete against him really made me hone in my gift.
Cover him since nobody in the NFL could. How did you manage to cover him in that practice?
Just learning, just watching the way he move, learning how to move my feet, and just competing. I think that was my biggest thing when I got to Georgia. I didn't care where I played. I just wanted to get on the field. So when I got the opportunity, I took it and ran with it.
What's one question during these interviews that caught you by surprise?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
What would it mean to practice against a guy like CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, and that?
Yeah, there's great guys all around the league. That's my biggest part, just wanting to come in and want to compete like I said earlier, so it'd be an honor.
The Clemson-Oregon interceptions stand out, but if there's one game, one moment that kind of defines who you are as a player, how do you feel? What you should take it to?
Probably Texas. I think when you look at Texas, you look at the tape I'm coming down and covering. I'm making plays from the back end also, but I think when you look at it, my leadership also stands out as well. The first game at Texas was a little crazy with all the stuff being thrown on the field and, just the game, how it was going up and down. But just being able to, keep guys calm, just be in that leader position that I am, that I was able to be in, I think that's a great game to watch.
Malaki, someone that you got to work really closely with was Dane Jackson. It wasn't granted the opportunity to be here. If you could give a pitch to NFL teams on why they should draft him, what would that be?
If you get Dan, you get the whole package. Dan's not here. I hate it, but Dan's that guy. Like I said earlier, I learned from Dan when I first got here. Me and Dan were competing for the same job, and we ended up working alongside each other. He's like my brother to this day, and I think when you look at Dan, there's nothing he can't do. He's smart, he can cover, he can get in the box, and I think he shows that. He's very physical. I think he's a gem for sure. Not really. I try to, have my own playing style, but I do look at the way they play, and I try to, put that in my playing style as well.
Georgia DBs are kind of lauded for their versatility in football IQ. What is it about the program that allows you guys to do that?
Yeah, the University of Georgia, they just teach you so much. It's not just about, being physical and, the X and O's. They really teach you like the mental part of the game as well. I think that's the biggest thing. You can't get on the field until they trust you. And I think just being able to learn, sit in those meetings, just the history they have there. Will Muschamp, T-Rob's there now, Coach Smart, Coach Schumann. Just like so many smart guys that really teach football. I think that was the biggest thing when I decided to go to Georgia. Is I really cared about defense and just the standard that they had there, just over the whole university. It's just something you want to be a part of. I have not met with the Eagles, but I really just want to come in and create value. I want to be myself. I want to be able to move around. I don't want to change my playing style. I want to be able to be myself, and I think I'll create value for not just myself, but for the team as well.
Malachi, 2 years from now, KJ Bolton's probably going to be standing where you're standing.
Yeah.
What are we going to be saying about KJ, and what enabled him to have the kind of freshman year that he had?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for KJ is he's crazy athletic and he cares. I think, coming in, I kind of was him what Chris was to me, going back to the whole leadership role, how it's just crazy. But no, I mean, he's a great athlete, really good kid. And I think, nothing but good things to say about him. One more time. Everybody has different opinions, but mine would be Coach Smart. So.
They said early in your career you was flashing, making the big plays, and then when people staying away from you later, the opportunities weren't there.
Yes, sir. You could look at it like that. I think I took a different role this year, just being able to be in a position to go play in the slot, maybe shut down the side of the field that they don't go to, so the plays go to the other side or whatever the case may be. But I think, the thing about Georgia, you're not playing by yourself. There's so many playmakers on the field, and the job is to get it done as a group. So it doesn't matter who makes the play as long as it gets made. I think it's the people you bring with you. I think everybody has different leadership styles, and I think different situations calls for how you handle situations. But I think just the people you're able to bring along with you, not just with football, but with life as well. And I think it's how people view you. What they would say about you when you're not around. Mine is different. It goes with the situation. It may be different. Sometimes you may need to yell. Sometimes you may need to pull a guy to the side. It's just different on the situation.
Giovanni down here has a question.
I'm good. How are you? Yeah, that'd be great. My freshman year, Jalen Carter sat across from me. And when I got to Georgia, I was expecting, they had all these people, great guys, And I was like, I'm about to walk in the locker room. Probably, some people are probably going to be stuck up or whatever the case may be. But everybody was cool. And I remember JC and Javon Bullard, I remember sitting in my locker one day and JC walked up to me and he was like, go get it. You can do it. I see you. Keep working. And that just kind of gave me that confidence. Because, if you ask me, JC is the best player I've ever played with, hands down. And I think just the thing that he's doing in the league, you just see it as well. So just being with those guys, that standard, Nolan Smith, those guys really played a really big part in my role at the University of Georgia. So it'd be an honor to go play with them for sure.
Now, Kenny, did you have a welcome to Georgia moment physically when you were a freshman? Everybody thought you were blocking you, or who put you on your ass?
I had a few. Kendall Milton got me when I first got there. He got me when I first got there, and then covering AD got me when we had call-outs. I called out AD, I called out Ladd. They both got me. Being in that situation, being with guys like that, being able to compete, that's made me who I am today. So I'm grateful for it.
Malaki, what's the most surprising question you've been asked during these interviews with NFL teams? The three off your game.
Not really. It's just talking ball. I can talk ball all day. I think that's something I learned at the University of Georgia, just being able to be versatile and just understand my assignment and where everybody's supposed to be. So.
Speaking of that versatility, it's such a huge thing in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You guys like Ryan Brand,
Yep.
being able to play nickel,
Mm-hmm.
safety spots. How much do you think that's part of your game? Do you watch Brian and all those guys make it look at just because of the versatility?
Yeah, I met him at a Pro Bowl dinner, so I got to chop it up with him, and I watched a lot of his tape. Like I said earlier, just trying to put his playing style into mine, just being able to move around. I think when you look at it, he comes in and impact right away because of that versatility, just being able to move around, really understand the game of football. So I think that's something that I really want to take over.
Malaki, for you to be able, you mentioned Ladd McConkey, you mentioned, lining up against Bowers. What is it about your skill set that allows you to take on such a range of assignments?
Yeah, I think it's just my athletic ability, but also just my knowledge. Just really falling in love with the process of learning how to cover, learning how to, be a safety, be a slot, be a corner, be a money linebacker. Just learning my assignment and the best way to do it. And I think, I watch a lot of tape, so just being able to see guys how they move, what's the tendencies, just things like that you pick up on with the knowledge that you get, especially at the University of Georgia. So.
Who's the best wideout you want to get?
This year?
Just in general.
That's tough. That's tough. You got Marvin Harrison, you got Malik Neighbors. I mean, guys that are in the league. You got Golden from Texas. You got AD when he was at Georgia, Ladd. Dominic Lovett. Me and Dom win it every day. I'm really excited to see how his journey goes with this. So, really great guys.
Now, how do you flip the switch? We've interviewed you for 3 years. You're always this nice, easygoing guy. Where does the passion, where does the aggression come from when you get on the field? What's the mindset?
Yeah, football's just kind of been my outlet, since I was a kid. It's just where I go is who I am. It's my space to be myself. I just love it. I compete. I love the game of football.
Are you a trash talker out there? We don't see it or hear it.
I mean, no, I stay in my lane unless somebody swerves in it. So I just I stay to myself, and I just like to compete.
Malachi, what's the hardest workout you ever
Probably my first Friday at the University of Georgia. You got to earn your weekend, so we came in and we did everything, like squat, bench. We did everything. Crazy weight, crazy reps, and then he made us grab like a 45-pound weight. We got these steps that lead into the indoor, so we walked down the steps. You had to walk around the field with the weight over your head. If you put it down, you had 5 sit-ups. So me and my freshman class, we're just all together. So if he put it down, we all had to put it down. So it's just that connection that we built just throughout the years. It was amazing. Yeah, just kind of being myself. Like I said earlier, him and JC, when I first got there, told me to go get it because it's open. And I think just being in that position, I called him the other day just saying, like, hey, like, what do I need to do? There's no secret to any of this. You are who you are, and at the end of the day, you can't run from that. And he just told me to be myself, and it'll work out for itself. One more time? Yes, sir. It was good. I met with him last night. It was really good. Coach's staff is amazing, really intense. Coach Adai's there. He was at the University of Georgia, so I know him pretty well. So just being able to be in that room and just talk ball, I love it. It's like my space. So
Versatility's been like the buzzword of this whole podium session.
Right.
Who are some of the versatile guys in the NFL? You mentioned Kyle and Tyke, but who are some of the other guys that you watch on tape and are like, I can do that?
Yeah, I think like the guys I watch, like Kyle and I watch Buda Baker, a lot of Tyrann Mathieu early in his career, and even now, just being able to move around. Just guys that can make plays wherever. You place them wherever and they can go produce, and I think that's the biggest thing is just being able to produce.
Malachi, for Malachi.
Line, I'm kind of curious, what did you learn about a guy like Michael Williams throughout this season?
Yeah, Michael's that guy, for sure. And just being able to play behind him, rush and covers work together, he makes my job easier and I make his easier if we're both on the same page. So just being with a guy like that, watching him move and, like even when I'm rushing, like I'm asking tips, like, hey, like, what can I do here? What can I do there? Just being able to learn, like, just ball in general. So just being with a guy like him was huge.
So your GM, Malachi or Jalen?
F, say it one more time.
Michael or Jalen?
I'm taking both. I'm taking both.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Orlando Let's